The selection of cars is always, frankly, jaw dropping from what I've seen. Can you take us inside the curation process? What's the philosophy behind what gets invited?
Sure. It can be a little bit messy. So one of the things that I grew up with was there was always a celebration. This is the 25th anniversary of this. This is the 50th anniversary of, this Le Mans win. And those were all important events. Those are all significant. They're all interesting. But frankly, for an event that occurs in mid-September every year, by the time you get there, everyone who goes to these things has already seen all of these cars. And I'm not really interested in putting out what everyone else has already seen that year, or at least in the way that they've already seen that year. So what I end up doing is, starting early on in the year, whether it's at Moda or Amelia Island, is I start kind of picking up different cars that I think could be interesting later. It's like putting together a collage. You cut out a color from a magazine that you think maybe you're going to want to use later in something. And it takes months and months of just kind of picking up cars that I know, whether they're, a 1930s Duesenberg Model J, which is coming this year, or not usually a car that I would pick, up to, Bizzarinis or, modern day supercars. The idea is I kind of pick them up along the way until I find some theme that is interesting so that I can tell a story, a vignette, in a way that is visual in nature. So you can come and appreciate the whole event and not spend time reading signs. In fact, I don't use placards for the cars. I don't want people to sit there and be bent over, hunched over, trying to read them the entire time. I want people to talk, and I want them to understand that cars are necessarily related to each other, not because someone's telling you they are, but because they look like they might be. And so for the bridge, when you're talking about, different vignettes, something I did a number of years ago was I got, it was like 7 or 8 cars in mint green. They were all mint green Porsches. And we had them all together, and they were kind of in this like rolling hill area on the course. And it just resonated with people. They understood that it was, weird and cool and different, and that was the unifying fact for all of them. So we do a lot of painting and color at the bridge, whether it's paint to sample Porsches of a particular color, or last year I just had blue. We just did a sea of blue cars of all different makes, everything from 1950s Ferraris again up to modern supercars. And people really get it. And it's an interesting and different thing to look at. So to go back to your question, when I'm curating cars for the bridge, I'm looking for the best of the best. I'm looking for weird and interesting. And then I'm looking, when things get really humming, as to where it's going to fit in this year's kind of world of the bridge, what it's going to look like from a visual perspective.